Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I want to talk about the daily quest nerfs that happened a while back. If you guys don't know, basically NCSoft they nerfed the gold that you get from a few daily quests from some of the lower tier dungeons. Ones that are affected are like Lair of the Frozen Fang, Shattered Mass, Awakened Necropolis. A lot of these dungeons are just very low gear dungeons and they're very easy for people who are decently geared. But basically, these dungeons gold daily quests were nerfed, and now they give less gold. So if you look at the Shattered Mass, now it gives 1 gold and 50 silver for completing. And before the nerf, it gave almost 4 gold for this one quest. I believe it was like 3 gold and like 20 silver, something like that. It was pretty high. So the nerf from this is actually pretty significant. And for a few other dungeons you'll see here, like example, Awakened Necropolis. This one also got nerfed pretty heavily, so now it's 1 gold and 52 silver for a premium player, and it used to be about almost 4 gold, just like the Shattered Mass. I believe it was like 3 gold and like 50 something silver. It was around there, pretty high. So both these nerfs are pretty big. Also, Lair of the Frozen Fang, it used to be around 2 gold, and now it's only 1 gold. So this was something they didn't really cover much. They just kind of did it. They didn't really talk about it or anything. But it definitely does affect lower end players just because it's harder to get gold now, just because these lower tier dungeons don't give much gold. And I kind of see why they did it, because a lot of times, a lot of the lower tier dungeons were giving better gold than some of the higher tier ones. So what a lot of people do, like high geared players, they would just do Awakened Necropolis really quickly every day, because it was an easy 4 or 5 gold with all the quests combined. So I kind of see why they nerfed it. But at the same time, it definitely hurts lower geared players. It doesn't really affect higher tier players just because now they just can just do the other ones. But it definitely does hurt lower tier players, I would say. And another thing is, a lot of times that the higher tier players, they would join parties with the lower geared players, and it would make the runs go way more smoother because they're so geared. And so that was kind of a positive thing, because you would have high geared players a lot of times carrying low gear players through these easily dungeons for them pretty fast. Of course, there's negatives, because you would occasionally get some very rude high gear players, but that that's going to happen no matter what. But I feel like it's kind of something that was kind of negative for new players, and I don't really see too many people talking about it. So I was just curious to see what you guys thought about it. It definitely just kind of sucks for newer players because they just get less gold. And honestly, I don't really think that's a good idea, because there's already a ton of people that still haven't done certain dungeons that have been out for a long time. Iron Tech Forge, I know a lot of people still haven't even done that dungeon. Edmund Drake Lair, I know a ton of people still haven't done that dungeon. So I feel like reducing the gold from daily quests is not really a good idea, just because people are so behind on gear already. So I was just curious to see what you guys thought about this, and do you guys think it's a good change or a bad change? So let me know what you guys think, and thank you guys for watching.